the impact of being seen in a new light. Have you ever noticed how people's behavior shifts when they begin to perceive you in a different light? This is not your imagination. When you align yourself with your purpose and radiate unique, powerful energy, it inevitably influences those around you. Whether this is due to your unwavering faith, commitment to your worldview, honesty, or spiritual essence, others feel the impact of your presence, often without fully understanding it. This intensity can provoke unexpected and sometimes unsettling reactions. People may feel frustrated, change their attitudes, or act in ways that confuse you, leaving you wondering why they cannot handle the energy you bring. It is disheartening when you are simply following your path and living your truth, only to encounter such reactions. However, these behaviors are not random. They are clear indicators of the transformative impact your presence has on others. Let us explore 9 specific behaviors that people exhibit when they recognize you as someone exceptional, perhaps even as the chosen one. These signs will help you understand their reactions and the profound influence you have. Sudden distancing, the first reaction. One of the most common behaviors people exhibit is sudden distancing. Without any apparent reason, individuals may begin to avoid contact or reduce interactions. This happens because your energy, which is now elevated and centered, can be overwhelming to those who are unaccustomed to such intensity. They perceive a difference in you but cannot fully comprehend or handle it. This distancing, though painful, reflects the transformation you are undergoing. As your energy rises and you align more deeply with your purpose, this internal change becomes externally visible. Those around you, even if unaware, feel this shift. For many, it can be intimidating or even threatening, as your elevated vibration forces them to confront aspects of themselves they would rather ignore. For instance, imagine you have always been part of a close-knit group of friends. Over time, as you become more attuned to your spirituality and purpose, these friends may start inviting you less to gatherings or communicating with you sporadically. What once felt like a solid friendship begins to dissolve. This change is often not driven by malice but by discomfort. Your presence, now imbued with higher energy, makes others feel uneasy. They may not understand why, but they sense something different in you, something that challenges them to reflect on their own lives. To avoid this discomfort, they choose to create distance. In professional settings, this behavior can be even more pronounced. As you begin to stand out due to your dedication and vision, colleagues who were once warm may grow distant. Casual conversations become less frequent, and a subtle coldness may linger in the air. This occurs because your energy operates at a level they cannot match, leaving them unable to connect with you as they once did. Recognizing this behavior is vital to avoid feeling rejected or discouraged. This distancing is a testament to your spiritual growth and the brilliance of your inner light, which others notice even if it unsettles them. The second reaction, offering things for free. Another intriguing behavior people exhibit is offering you things for free. While this may initially seem like kindness, it can feel awkward or even burdensome. Imagine walking into a coffee shop for a peaceful break, only for the barista to insist that your coffee is on the house. Or picture yourself in a bookstore, selecting a book, when the attendant suddenly offers a large discount without explanation. Similar experiences might occur in a clothing store, where a salesperson gifts you an accessory, or at a beauty salon, where you receive an unexpected free treatment. These gestures, though well-intentioned, can leave you questioning their motives. Why are they doing this for me? What have I done to deserve this? Such behavior typically arises because people sense something extraordinary about you, an aura of uniqueness that they cannot ignore. Your presence emanates a powerful energy that attracts admiration and compels them to connect with you in any way they can. Offering gifts, favors, or invitations is their way of acknowledging your special place in the world. People recognize that you are different, that you inspire or fascinate them. Giving something freely is their method of expressing appreciation and hoping to share in your energy. These acts of kindness are not extended to just anyone. When people see you as someone exceptional, they go out of their way to offer you favors, gifts, and exclusive opportunities. They want to be part of your journey, attending significant events or standing beside you in moments of importance, believing that your presence elevates their own experiences. While such behavior can be flattering, it can also become overwhelming. You may start to feel burdened by the generosity, wishing instead for simple, respectful interactions without the added weight of perceived obligation. It is essential to maintain your boundaries and navigate these situations with grace, understanding that these gestures stem from genuine admiration for the energy you bring into the world, navigating the complexities of hidden expectations. In life, you may encounter individuals who extend gestures of kindness, like offering to pay for your expenses or inviting you to exclusive events. On the surface, these actions appear generous, yet they sometimes come with an unspoken understanding that one day you might return the favor. Phrases like, "Remember me when you become even more successful," hint at a desire to secure a place in your journey toward achievement. While such intentions are often well-meaning, they may carry implicit expectations that could weigh on your freedom. It is crucial to approach these situations with discernment. Accepting these favors can indeed open doors, fostering connections and opportunities that may otherwise remain out of reach. However, the sense of obligation that might follow can create an invisible debt, potentially limiting your sense of independence. If these offers ever start to feel burdensome or restrictive, it is important to establish boundaries. Politely but firmly declining such gestures, when necessary, is not an act of ingratitude but a way of preserving your autonomy. Above all, stay true to yourself. You should never feel compelled to repay a favor simply because it was offered. Accept or decline based on what aligns with your values and needs, not out of a misplaced sense of duty. Remember, the people who are drawn to you often see something unique and valuable in your character. While it is essential to appreciate their recognition and goodwill, it is equally important to protect your comfort, effort, and independence. By navigating these interactions with confidence and balance, you ensure that your personal boundaries remain intact, allowing your qualities to shine without undue pressure. Recognizing jealousy disguised as support. As you achieve greater success, a curious phenomenon may occur. Some individuals, once outwardly supportive, might begin to express their encouragement in a manner tinged with subtle negativity. At first, their words of praise may seem genuine, celebrating your accomplishments and sharing in your joy. However, a closer look often reveals veiled doubts or quiet criticisms. These might take the form of questions like, "Are you sure you are ready for this next step?" or comments about how challenging your chosen path might be. This behavior is often understated, almost imperceptible, yet its cumulative impact can be emotionally draining. These words, seemingly wrapped in concern or advice, carry an unspoken message of judgment. Over time, they may plant seeds of doubt, eroding the confidence you once had in your decisions. It is as if the support they offer is conditional, tied to their own reservations about your journey. Such disguised jealousy, while not overtly harmful, is insidious. It creates an atmosphere of uncertainty, subtly undermining your trust in yourself. To guard against this, it is vital to recognize the difference between genuine encouragement and hidden skepticism. True supporters will elevate and celebrate your achievements without seeking to diminish them. By valuing these authentic connections, you can sidestep the emotional toll of disguised negativity and stay steadfast on your path. The magnetic pull of your elevated presence. As your energy becomes more vibrant and positive, you may find yourself exuding an almost magnetic appeal. People are drawn to you, captivated by an intangible quality that sets you apart. This phenomenon is not unlike the biblical accounts of figures like Moses, around whom people gathered, seeking guidance and inspiration. Similarly, your presence begins to act as a beacon, attracting individuals who feel that proximity to you might enrich their lives in some way. Imagine entering a room and noticing how others naturally gravitate toward you. Whether at a social gathering or a moment of quiet reflection, you might find yourself surrounded by people eager to connect. They may seek your insights, your advice, or simply the energy you radiate. This behavior is reminiscent of stories like that of Elisha, whom people sought out for his wisdom and divine counsel. These individuals perceive something in you that they lack, and they are drawn to it as if it holds the key to their own fulfillment. While this attention can be flattering, it also comes with challenges. The constant presence of others can become overwhelming, leaving you feeling as though your personal space is under siege. Some may attempt to be physically close to you, convinced that your energy might somehow transfer to them, much like Bartimaeus crying out to Jesus for healing in the crowd. To navigate this dynamic, it is essential to strike a balance. While appreciating the admiration and connection that others seek, you must also safeguard your personal space and energy. Establish clear boundaries to ensure that their proximity does not drain you or disrupt your peace. In doing so, you can maintain the harmony between engaging with others and protecting your inner equilibrium. The unexpected rejection of the chosen one. In a baffling and seemingly irrational manner, some people may react to your unique qualities with rejection once they recognize you as someone extraordinary. This behavior often stems from an innate desire to assert superiority, fueled by their own insecurities. It can manifest in friends, acquaintances, or colleagues who, without warning, grow distant and cold. One moment they are warm and approachable. The next, they act as though you have wronged them. This shift leaves you questioning if you made a mistake, when, in reality, you have done nothing wrong. The root of this rejection lies not in your actions but in their internal struggles. These individuals use rejection as a coping mechanism, a way to assert control and soothe their insecurities. It is a painful and confusing experience, watching someone who once valued you suddenly treat you as inferior. By seeking explanations, you risk reinforcing their misplaced sense of superiority, even if only temporarily. This behavior is not new. History and literature are filled with similar narratives. Consider the biblical story of Joseph, whose brothers were consumed by envy over his dreams of greatness and their father's favoritism. Rather than celebrate his potential, they sought to eliminate him. Another poignant example is Saul's relentless jealousy of David. Despite David's loyalty and devotion, Saul, blinded by envy, attempted to harm him. These stories highlight how insecurity can transform admiration into hostility. Such individuals often act like emotional vampires, seeking to drain your energy to compensate for their own perceived inadequacies. They see your light, your unique energy, and, though they might never admit it, they feel threatened by what you possess. To cope with this disparity, they reject you, attempting to bring you down to their level. They aim to control you, and when they realize they cannot, they resort to emotional manipulation, hoping to dim your confidence and self-worth. It is essential to remember that their rejection is not a reflection of your value but a projection of their unresolved conflicts. Understanding this dynamic can help you navigate these interactions with grace and resilience. Recognizing that their actions stem from their struggles, not your shortcomings, empowers you to maintain your inner peace and continue your journey with confidence. Intentional ignorance. A subtle undermining tactic. Another form of resistance you may encounter as someone exceptional is the calculated act of intentional ignorance. Unlike overt rejection, this behavior is subtle yet deliberate, designed to destabilize your self-assurance. People motivated by envy and fear of your success may choose to ignore you in a way that diminishes your significance, allowing them to feel superior in comparison. This tactic can manifest in many ways. Avoiding responses to your messages, pretending to be preoccupied, or failing to acknowledge your accomplishments publicly or privately. Imagine a colleague who, despite the success of your project being widely discussed, never congratulates you or even mentions your contribution. Alternatively, consider an acquaintance who, after learning about a milestone you have achieved, such as completing a course or launching a new venture, makes no effort to recognize your achievement. They may even go out of their way to steer conversations away from your successes. This behavior is not accidental. It is a calculated effort to undermine your confidence by creating an illusion that your achievements are insignificant. For example, after ignoring your messages, they might subtly showcase their own busyness or superior priorities. This deliberate neglect seeks to implant doubt about your value, accomplishments, and overall worth. What makes intentional ignorance especially harmful is its insidious nature. It is not an outright confrontation but a quiet dismissal that can slowly erode your self-esteem if you allow it. These individuals hope to make you question yourself, using their silence or indifference to assert dominance in the guise of preoccupation. The antidote to this toxicity lies in understanding its true origin. Their actions are a reflection of their insecurities, not your capabilities. Recognizing this behavior for what it is allows you to detach emotionally, preserving your confidence and sense of self-worth. By staying true to your path and celebrating your own achievements, you can rise above these petty attempts to overshadow your light. The need to constantly display their achievements. As your unique qualities become more apparent, you may notice an increasing tendency among certain individuals to overcompensate by flaunting their own accomplishments. This behavior is driven by an urge to assert themselves in your presence, as though your success poses a silent challenge to their self-esteem. They seize every opportunity to highlight their achievements, not as a genuine celebration, but as a competitive display meant to overshadow your triumphs. For example, you might share news of a recent milestone, only to find the conversation redirected toward their own accolades. A simple mention of your success becomes a springboard for them to list their accomplishments, turning what should be a moment of mutual celebration into a one-sided performance. This behavior is often rooted in their insecurities. They perceive your success as a threat, prompting them to overcompensate in an attempt to maintain a sense of equality or even superiority. Their need to shine, especially in your presence, reflects their inability to appreciate others' achievements without feeling diminished. While this conduct can be irritating, it is essential to approach it with compassion and understanding. Recognize that their actions stem from a deep-seated fear of inadequacy rather than malice. By maintaining your focus and refusing to engage in unnecessary competition, you can rise above these distractions. Continue to pursue your goals with integrity, knowing that your value does not depend on the validation or insecurity of others. When you are near individuals like this, every conversation seems to transform into an opportunity for them to boast about their latest achievements. They will proudly share how they recently renovated their house, attended an exclusive dinner, or acquired a luxury item. They might delve into details about the bonuses they received at work or the sophisticated trips they are planning. This relentless showcasing of their accomplishments can be exhausting, particularly when you find yourself as a captive audience. The more you listen, the clearer it becomes that the underlying motivation behind their stories is not mere sharing but an attempt to outshine you. Even when you approach these people with genuine kindness and support, their intent is unmistakable. They aim to compete with you, often trying to match or even surpass your energy. Every conversation becomes a subtle battle for recognition, as they emphasize their achievements while downplaying yours. It is as though they believe that by projecting their accomplishments, they can place themselves on an equal or even superior level. This behavior reveals a deeper insecurity, one that drives them to overshadow others rather than acknowledge their own admiration. What makes this scenario even more disheartening is the lack of mutuality in the exchange. When you attempt to share something positive about your life, a promotion, a personal victory, or even a meaningful experience, they often respond with indifference. They might abruptly change the subject, act distracted, or feign disinterest, making it glaringly obvious that the focus is solely on their narrative. Instead of fostering a reciprocal dialogue, they monopolize the conversation with stories about their own success, leaving little room for genuine connection or appreciation. This incessant need to boast is, at its core, a subtle but persistent form of competition. These individuals may never openly admit that they view you as someone worth competing against. Instead, they redirect attention to themselves, using tales of their success as a shield to avoid acknowledging your value. Their behavior stems from a deep-seated desire to feel important or validated, often at the expense of celebrating others. By overshadowing your accomplishments, they attempt to reassure themselves of their own significance. One of the most aggravating tendencies these individuals display is their habit of minimizing your achievements. Instead of offering encouragement or recognizing the value of your hard work, they downplay your successes. When you share a milestone, whether it is a challenging project you completed or a personal achievement, they might respond dismissively, attributing your success to luck or suggesting that anyone could have done the same. Their comments, though subtle, carry the weight of devaluation. Often, they will redirect the conversation to their own experiences, attempting to steal the spotlight. If you mention a difficult course you excelled in or a prestigious award you received, they quickly pivot to their own endeavors, overshadowing your moment. This behavior reflects an unwillingness to celebrate others, fueled by insecurities and a need to diminish the significance of your success. It is a way of competing without openly acknowledging the competition. When confronted with such attitudes, it is essential to hold steadfast in your confidence. Your achievements are a testament to your hard work and dedication, and no one's attempt to diminish them can alter their value. Remember, these behaviors reveal more about the insecurities of those displaying them than they do about your worth. The timeless story of David and Goliath offers a profound example of overcoming such dismissive attitudes. When David volunteered to face the giant Goliath, many doubted his abilities. Even King Saul questioned David's potential, citing his youth and inexperience. David's own brothers tried to dissuade him, belittling him as merely a shepherd unfit for the battlefield. Yet, David remained undeterred. Armed with faith and skill, he defeated Goliath using a simple stone, proving that their underestimation of him was misplaced. This biblical narrative serves as a reminder that others' doubts often stem from their limited perspectives and not from the true measure of your potential. In moments when others seek to undermine or overshadow you, draw strength from your achievements and the values they represent. Let their insecurities remain their burden, not yours. Like David, trust in your abilities and let your actions speak louder than words. Here is the rewritten and expanded version of the text. When you find yourself around individuals who constantly seem to brag about their achievements, it can feel as though every conversation is a stage for them to showcase their latest victories. They might eagerly tell you about the recent renovations in their home, the exclusive dinner parties they attended, or their most recent extravagant purchases. They will go out of their way to highlight the bonuses they have earned at work or the luxurious trips they are planning, presenting these details as a badge of superiority. Over time, this relentless display becomes draining, especially when you realize their true intention is not merely to share their joy but to overshadow you. Even when you approach these people with genuine kindness and support, their competitive nature quickly becomes apparent. They are not seeking camaraderie but rather a platform to assert their dominance. They will strive to match your energy, and if possible, surpass it, using every opportunity to emphasize their accomplishments. It is as though they believe that by doing so, they can elevate themselves to your level or even surpass you. This behavior stems from a deeper desire to validate themselves in the eyes of others while avoiding any direct acknowledgement of your worth. What makes these interactions even more frustrating is the lack of reciprocity. When you attempt to share your own achievements, perhaps a recent promotion, a meaningful personal milestone, or an experience you are proud of, they seem disinterested. They may quickly change the subject, act distracted, or feign apathy. It becomes clear that their primary focus is not on fostering a mutual exchange but on monopolizing the conversation. Their stories about success serve as a mechanism to redirect attention to themselves, leaving little room for genuine connection or mutual appreciation. This incessant need to boast is more than just an annoyance. It is a subtle yet persistent form of competition. These individuals may never openly admit that they see you as someone worth competing with, but their actions speak volumes. By constantly redirecting attention to their achievements, they avoid acknowledging your value and the admiration they may secretly feel for you. Their behavior reflects an underlying insecurity and an unspoken need to assert their significance, even at the expense of diminishing yours. One of the most aggravating tendencies they display is their habit of minimizing your accomplishments. Instead of celebrating your successes, they diminish them with dismissive comments or subtle undermining. When you share a significant milestone, such as completing a challenging project or earning a well-deserved recognition, they might attribute your success to sheer luck or suggest that anyone could have achieved the same. Their responses are not merely insensitive. They are calculated efforts to make your achievements seem less significant. These individuals also have a tendency to shift the focus of the conversation back to themselves. If you mention a difficult course you excelled in or an award you received, they might immediately pivot to their own accomplishments, steering the spotlight away from you. This behavior, though subtle, is frustrating because it diminishes the joy and pride of sharing your success. It is yet another way of competing with you, a tactic driven by insecurity and the need to feel superior. In such moments, it is crucial to stand firm in your confidence. Your accomplishments are a reflection of your hard work, dedication, and unique talents. No one's attempt to downplay them can diminish their true value. Remember that these behaviors often reveal more about the insecurities of those displaying them than they do about your own worth. Their inability to celebrate others' success is a sign of their internal struggles, not a measure of your merit. The story of David and Goliath offers a timeless reminder of the power of self-belief in the face of doubt. When David stepped forward to confront Goliath, he faced skepticism from every side. King Saul doubted his abilities due to his youth and inexperience, and even David's brothers dismissed him as nothing more than a shepherd. Yet, David's unwavering faith and courage enabled him to achieve the impossible, defeating Goliath with a single stone. This story underscores that others' underestimation of your potential cannot define your destiny. Similarly, the biblical narrative of Joseph provides another powerful example. Joseph's brothers, consumed by jealousy, blamed him for their feelings of inadequacy and resentment. Instead of facing their own shortcomings, they sought to diminish Joseph's value, ultimately taking extreme measures against him. Yet Joseph's resilience and trust in his purpose carried him through adversity, proving that no amount of blame or envy could deter him from fulfilling his destiny. In life, you may encounter individuals who, unable to confront their own flaws or failures, project their insecurities onto you. They might shift blame for their problems onto you, creating a narrative where you are somehow responsible for their frustrations or missed opportunities. This behavior often stems from their discomfort with your success, as they attempt to undermine your confidence in order to alleviate their own dissatisfaction. As you navigate these challenges, remember that being recognized for your unique energy and purpose can evoke a range of reactions in others. While it is rewarding to be noticed for your light, it can also attract envy, competition, and even unjust criticism. These responses, however, are not reflections of your worth but rather the insecurities of those who struggle to accept your presence. By setting boundaries and staying grounded in your own truth, you can rise above their negativity. Embrace your journey with confidence, knowing that your path holds significance and meaning. Your unique energy is a gift to the world, one that has the power to inspire and uplift others. Share your story, not just as a testament to your personal growth, but as an encouragement for others to recognize the divine gifts in their own lives. Together, let us move forward with grace and strength, radiating our light and embracing the calling to make a difference.